Hi guys, it's Skinboot here from Mega Zombie Killer 19, and as you can tell, I have decided to make my own solo YouTube channel. And this is mainly because I've been watching some of KYR Speedy's videos recently, and the people who he does it with, like Nobody Epic and I'm Jehovah, they've all made their own solo channels, so they've all done their own videos without each other in the game. But they did a few when they're together, but mainly it's just them. So I thought that's not a bad idea. So earlier this morning, I just made a account. I called it The Skin Boot, and I'll tell you why later. And I can imagine that once I tell War Machine about this, he'll probably do it as well. And I'll probably put a link to his channel in the description. But don't worry, I'm not going to forget about Mega Zombie Killer 19, because that's still the main channel. But anyway, so the reason why I called it The Skin Boot was because quite a while ago, before I found out about YouTube, well, I did know about YouTube and YouTube videos. I made an account called Skin Boot, and the trouble is I don't remember the password for it. I tried to delete it, but it's glitching out and it won't let me, and it's really annoying. So I had to call myself The Skin Boot. It doesn't really matter because it still has Skin Boot in it, and The Skin Boot, like the official Skin Boot. But I don't think anyone's going to try and make a copy of my name, because nobody would. So yeah, so to begin with, the first ever video on The Skin Boot will be a World at War video, and it's just going to basically be 8 things I like and don't like about World at War. So I have 4 good things and 4 bad things, and I've done this because about the World at War 2 video that I did on Mega Zombie Killer 19. I mentioned briefly about things I like about World at War and things I don't like about it. So I thought that this would be quite a decent video to begin with. Nice little opinion video, and hopefully there'll be probably more opinion videos coming up soon. So let's jump straight in. I'm going to start off with good things, so the things I like about World at War. And some of these are multiplayer and some of them are campaign. So the first thing I like about World at War, and this is for multiplayer, is the vehicles. And the reason why is because vehicles have only been in 2 Call of Duties online that are drivable. World at War, they had tanks, and that was it. COD 3, they had buggies, tanks, and motorbikes, so they had a bit more in COD 3. And the reason why I like vehicles in World at War is because, as I said, that they're not in any other Call of Duty, and I think it's nice because they add some kind of variation to the game. They're just running around the same old map with the same old gun. So there's included vehicles. It actually makes it quite intense at some points, and that's what I like about it. So moving on, so the second thing I like about World at War is the fact that it's World War II, and this is simply because I like World War II games. I prefer them to modern games, to be honest with you. Like Modern Warfare 3 was so bad it actually put me off Modern Warfare completely. Black Ops 2 is okay, but I mainly just like World War II games. I don't know why. Brothers in Arms, the old Call of Duties, Medal of Honor, I like all 3 of those. The old Call of Duties were really good because they were classic, and that was just when Call of Duty was finding their feet, and they didn't actually know how successful they'd become, but I suppose with success they went a bit odd. So I like the fact that it's World War II. So the third thing, the second last thing, is the co-op. And as you know, or if you don't know, there is co-op on World at War, and it just basically means that you do the whole of the campaign with a friend, and you can do it so it's competitively, we get points for kill, then you have to try and get the most to win. I don't think you actually win, but you get the most. And the other one is just when you literally just play the campaign with a friend. And I know on Modern Warfare 2 they had Spec Ops, which is kind of like co-op. So they didn't actually have campaign missions, they just sort of had randomly missions that were just kind of random. So the final thing that I like is multiplayer, and there's also something I'd like to include with multiplayer. So it's kind of like a 5th one, I suppose. So I like multiplayer mainly because it had loads of features in it that have never been passed on in next CODs. Like for example, squads, waypoints, vehicles. All 3 of them, they make World at War. You just know that it's World at War when you see it. Like the squads, I never knew you had. Sort of like Battlefield, except you can't spawn on each other. but on the map they're marked blue, so you actually know where your squads are. That's really cool. Then if you're squad leader, you can get out your little radio and set a waypoint. So some points actually feels really intense. And then of course with the vehicles and stuff like bazookas, which actually makes sense, unlike in Black Ops 2 where they're literally just there to just pwn people, they're really overpowered. Unlike here, they have a purpose, and then they also have like vehicle perks that help vehicle combat, and it's really cool. So that is the things I like about World at War. And now moving on to things I don't like about World at War. And the first one, which is probably the most obvious to people who play World at War, is the fact that the game is hacked, and this is titled Hackers. So hackers are one thing I don't like about World at War. And the reason why is because, well, I don't actually need to explain why. You know why hackers are annoying. They just ruin the game, you know, ruin everything about it, and they're just irritating to have. And they really stopped World at War being popular, and it's one of the reasons why I stopped playing it. So moving quickly on, the next thing is the multiplayer DLC maps, and I mentioned this in the World at War 2 video about how they put them in public match, and if you don't have them you get booted from the game, and that is the reason why. That is not right, it should not happen, and I actually think in Black Ops 2 they have that, but it doesn't bother me because I have the season pass. But I can imagine for other people it would be really annoying. I know they only have a map only category where they only have DLC maps, but they still somehow put them in public match games, and that's probably the reason why I don't like World at War that much. Well, I do like it, but the reason why I don't play it that much. So the second last thing are the guns. Now the guns in World at War are really, really weird, okay? And I'm mainly talking about multiplayer here. They're either overpowered or underpowered, okay? I'm talking about stuff like the PTRS, Browning, MG, PPSH. They are all really overpowered. And then you've got stuff like Springfield, Ariaska, and then like the Bar. They're all really underpowered. So the guns are really kind of buggy in this game, and I don't mind that they're World War II. I don't really care about that. And they just don't sound nice. They don't look nice. They're just not nice. So moving on to the final thing that I don't like about World at War, and this kind of applies to every COD. The fact that I just hate snipers in COD. It's just in general, I just really despise them. I know I did a Skin Boot Quick Scopes video, but I only did that because it is 1,000 total views and it's a special. But I'm not going to lie, I hate snipers so much. Quick Scoping bugs me a lot. That's the reason why I've kind of given up on COD in a way. I still come back to stuff like World at War, but the snipers in World at War, talking about the PTRS, are really overpowered. Everyone who uses a sniper in COD quickscopes. Me and probably another like 300 or so people don't quickscope, so we're the minority, and the snipers in World at War are perfect for quickscoping. Stuff like the PTRS, the Ariaska, which they somehow managed to quickscope with, all extremely annoying. So that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. So this is the first video that I'm going to put on my channel. I hope it gets some views, and I just want to say thank you for all the views that I've had so far on Mega Zombie Killer 19. I really appreciate it. So subscribe, like, comment about the things you like and don't like, and I'll see you on my next solo video. Peace out.